Hey Raiyn, I hope you're doing well. I've been looking into the Kingsters and Stoners and wanted to reach out to get your perspective on things. There's a lot of talk surrounding the group, and I'd like to clear up some misconceptions by having an open, honest conversation with members like yourself. I'm not looking to stir up any drama, just hoping to get an accurate understanding. If you're open to it, I'd love to set up a time to interview you whenever you're free.
Hey, I'm more than willing to have a conversation on this topic, but I'd really prefer it to be over text, if that's all right with you.
Hey Raiyn, thanks for getting back to me. I totally understand and respect that. I'm happy to have the conversation over text. Whenever you're ready, feel free to share your thoughts and experiences, and I can ask a few questions along the way. I appreciate you for being open to this.
I'm free now, if you're available.
Perfect. Let's set some context here. What exactly is KNS?
KNS is an 18-plus community on Discord and VR chat. It hosts a variety of events for adults only, more so as a safe space to get away from kids in VR, which no offense to them at all, but speaking as someone who's the eldest of 6, sometimes you really just don't want to deal with kids. Not just that, but as an adult, I'm not comfortable saying certain things in front of minors just because I have that older sibling parenting mindset.
And can you introduce yourself and explain your role within the Kingsters and Stoners community?
Well, my name's Raiyn, pronounced Raiyn, and I'm actively a trainee staff member for KNS, switching from freelancing to staffing. And I've been working with KNS for
So
about
how would you
2 months
describe
now.
your culture within KNS and what differentiates it from other VR chat groups out there?
I mean, we have a variety of people from many different backgrounds and cultures, but we're primarily focused to adults who are kinksters and or stoners. We really try hard to not let in minors. When they get verified into the bar, we ask them for their age and date of birth and other follow-up questions if we think it's needed. If we suspect they're a minor, we put them in jail and further question them, and a higher up makes the call. We really take this matter seriously despite being just VR.
And how about the Discord server itself? There's been allegations that minors have managed to join the server and even attend the 18-plus events. How do you respond to these concerns, and what measures are in place to prevent minors from accessing inappropriate content in the server if they manage to enter it?
I kind of had a feeling this is where this was going, and to help more or less clear the air, we're human and sometimes we're going to make mistakes, but if we hear that someone is a minor, they'll more likely than not be questioned and kicked, possibly banned from the server and the group in VRC overall. And for having them avoid the NSFW content in the Discord server, we're actively working on fixing that problem. We're actively working on the verification process as well. I'm not sure how yet, as I'm only a trainee staff, not full staff yet, but I know it.
That's good. I hope these questions aren't too accusatory. I'm an outsider to most of this, so I am only asking because this is what I've been told from other sources. A specific accusation has surfaced regarding the owner engaging in inappropriate behavior. I will not go into details, but to be respectful, it involves a binky. Can you address this claim, and how do you ensure the community upholds its standards?
I don't know anything about this claim, but I really don't believe this actually happened. We do our best to ensure that KNS upholds our standards in a variety of ways, from having a mod mail chat for staff to respond to reports, questions, and concerns from bar patrons, Discord members, and staff themselves. I'm personal friends with the owner and can attest to them being a genuinely kind and caring person when you get to know them.
I see. Several YouTubers, including VR chat trollers, most prominently Ergblaw, have actively tried to expose KNS, making various claims about the owner and members. How do you respond to these videos, and do you believe they portray KNS accurately?
Honestly, I kind of try to steer away from watching those, especially since they seem like they're done for clout, but they're definitely not accurate representations of KNS.
Have the claims made by these YouTubers had any lasting effects of the group's reputation in VR chat or the server? What is your message to fans of YouTubers who watch expose videos about KNS, and how can they get better understanding of what really happens within the group?
Unfortunately, it has affected our reputation a bit, and I'd say please don't watch or make those videos. Some of us use VR to escape from the stresses of the real world. We don't need more. Personally, I only go on for like 1-2 hours a few days out of the week to get away. And when people come in making those harmful claims, it's exhausting.
You mentioned the group's reputation had been impacted quite a bit by the videos. Has KNS taken any steps to address or counter these claims publicly, or do they prefer to handle these situations quietly?
I'm not the best source to go to for this, but we've been managing these claims privately.
Given that many members, yourself included, use VR chat to escape from stress, what kind of internal support systems does KNS have in place to protect and support its members, especially when dealing with external negativity?
We all kind of support each other. I've met a lot of amazing people through KNS, and I truly think it's a great community.
What message would you give to someone who has seen negative content about KNS but is considering joining? And what message would you give to someone who sees KNS as a virtual space that cultivates very bad behavior from even worse adults?
To answer the first question, I personally think you should at least come by first and form your own opinion of us. If it's not your scene, that's fine. As for the second question, I think everyone's entitled to their opinion and to feel how they want, but that doesn't justify harassing us or making false claims against us, especially if it's just because of one person's actions. We're a community of many individuals, each of us having our own personality, story, and so on.
It's okay, I completely understand. Here's the final question, since this was just uploaded in the KNS announcements.
Hello everyone. Apologies for the Drasashuan ping, but we have some important updates regarding server safety and structure we wanted to share. We've made some significant changes to better protect our members. Most notably, we've moved several channels behind an ID verification gate. Our new policy requires that any NSFW images featuring real people be posted in these verified channels only. Additionally, this update means that you are now permitted to share self-images in these channels, provided they are under the IRL verified NSFW category and follow server guidelines. We've also introduced a new no-access channel, which will allow you to post without having to deal with those pesky bots. Thanks for your understanding and cooperation in making the server a safer and more comfortable space for everyone. As always, if you have any other suggestions, please direct them to suggestions or KNS mod mail. Stay kinky, folks.
But why was this done now and not earlier in the server's existence?
Honestly, I'm really not sure. I personally think it should have been done sooner, but I think that it being done now is better than it not being done at all. I'm not the best source to go to for this, but we've been managing these claims privately.